inside the range. Set!
We were only a handful then. Redcoats and scattered posts, trying to keep peace where war could ride for days. They called it the Great Lone Land. Prairies, lakes, mountains, peaceful to the eye. But in those days, it was a powder keg.
Plain tribes, mountain tribes, American cavalry, hungry camps, old grudges, everything stood ready to explode.
To prevent the war before it began. That was our job.
I was a relative newcomer then. Constable Duncan Macdonald, at your service.
I enlisted in Toronto, asked for the Far West, and was sent to Fort Walsh near the Montana line.
Fort Walsh stood close by the line, where every rumor rode in faster than certainty.
We prepared for trouble, because trouble was already moving on both sides of the boundary.
South of the line, the Sioux and the Long Knives were already drawing blood.
The Indians called them Long Knives because of their sabers. But steel was not the only thing those riders carried. And our own northern tribes were restless too, because hunger listens to no treaty for long.
I'm gonna tell you the story of a patrol I made, and I'll tell it exactly as it happened.
Many miles south of Fort Walsh, Standing Bear's Cree had crossed the line to hunt buffalo, where the herd still ran thick.
The lodges were red with meat, and for a little while the starvation days of winter seemed to fall behind them.
Standing Bear was pleased. For one evening, at least, his people had forgotten hunger.
American Long Knives looking for Sioux. They did not know the difference.
We will teach them the difference!
The Cree danced to mourn their dead and to lament their defeat. And in the dance, anger found its voice.
Standing Bear and his chiefs were troubled, for grief could be shouted, but leadership had to think.
Long Knives coming! Horse soldiers! Thunder guns!
We must go north, back to the country of the Great White Mother.
Here there is buffalo. Here the hunting is good. Why run north to hunger? Kona says fight!
You are all woman hearts. Will you let the Long Knives drive you back to hunger?
There is no glory in leaving women and children without husbands and fathers. I am chief. I must think of them all.
We will not fight. We go north. Standing Bear has spoken.
Find white people. Take captives. If the Long Knives attack before we cross the line, we trade lives for peace.
So even retreat prepared its own violence. Kona gathered riders for a raid that would buy safety, or bring greater war.
Break camp! Break camp!
Standing Bear led his people north. Kona rode out to make sure the Long Knives would think twice before chasing them.
In that country, one decision made for hunger could turn by morning into...
Nice spot over there. Plenty of water. Build our cabin on that rise. Corrals below.
The white family saw water and good ground. Other eyes saw horses, captives, and a bargain for survival.
Quick, hide everybody!
Cree!
Stay where you are! You can't do no good now. Get back in the wagon!
They took horses, not cattle, and 2 white captives alive. That told its own story.
Cree stealing horses, not stealing cattle, taking captives.
This evil may be good fortune for us.
Where are you going, Nadio, my husband?
Across the medicine line to see the new pony soldiers at Fort Walsh.
You will not return with a second wife, my husband.
My father was white. His people take only one wife.
Have no worry, you're enough wife for me.
You finally caught up with the horse thief?
I caught up with him, sir, but not long enough to bring him in.
He opened fire from a deserted cabin, sir. One shot hit my mount. It went down and pinned me. By the time I got another horse, he had a 9-hour lead.
I figured before I could catch him, he'd be across the American border. Article 33 states we are not permitted to enter the United States.
So actually, you were only obeying rules and regulations. Is that how you see it?
Get the fancy notion that this is a life of gentlemanly adventure out of your head. You get 75 cents a day to carry the law where there is none.
This was your first patrol, Constable, and you haven't earned your pay.
Sit down over there and make out your report. In quintuplicate. That's Article 85.
Is it so strange when a man comes to see his friend?
A friendly visit? And how much will this visit cost, Her Majesty?
What is interesting to one man may not be interesting to his friend.
Much snow and mountains. Also, I have been in the United States. I saw many Indians there. Even Cree of Standing Bear. Get to the point, Nashio. What's your price?
My rifle don't shoot good. A new Enfield. 2 Hudson's Bay blankets. Also a copper cooking pot, sized to hold 2 buffalo tongues. 2 blankets. A copper pot. Enough. Now the news.
Standing Bear's Cree fought long knives in the Canyon of Red Rocks. They were cut to pieces.
7 or 8 Cree raid American Homestead party in Black River. They take captives alive, headed north by the Assiniboine Trail.
Live captives. Unusual. Hostages, probably.
I want those captives released and the Cree escorted back to their reserve. It's your patrol, Macdonald.
How good were you at training school in the Cree language?
I passed the course, sir.
Nacio, you know that trail like the back of your hand. I'd like you to go with Constable Macdonald. Scout for him.
As a matter of routine, wouldn't it be advisable to examine Mr. Smith's pack for liquor smuggled from the States?
For smuggling liquor into the territories, your fine is 1 Enfield repeating rifle, 2 Hudson's Bay blankets,
And 1 copper pot, sir.
and 1 copper pot. In addition, you will cut and stack 20 cords of wood for this post.
To cut 20 cords is to die 20 times.
On the other hand, accompany Constable Macdonald and you get the things I promised. No wood chopping.
I go.
The Cree do not love the Blackfeet, and I am half Blackfoot, half white man. Maybe you would give me red coat to wear so they think 2 times before taking my scalp.
This is a small post, Nashio. We don't have any extra tunics.
Then I feel less better about the things you promised.
Then I need flag, too. Like real pony soldier. Good luck, Macdonald. Good luck to both of you.
And just like that, paper law ended at the gate, and the real work began.
Macdonald rode out of Fort Walsh no longer a recruit on paper. This was where he had to earn his 75 cents a day.
And so we rode northeast, trying to cut the trail of the raiding party and the 2 captives.
Moccasin tracks. Fresh enough. More than one party come through here.
Sioux, not Cree. Heel cut wrong. See?
Assiniboine there. Blackfoot older. Maybe scout party crossed 2 days ago. This country full of feet we do not see.
Nadio may have been a schemer, but he knew the bush as surely as some men know a prayer book. We crossed bush, old trails, and open prairie, finding traces of many war and...
We found signs of many people, but never saw a living soul.
You miss much, Nacio?
Seldom. Only when Great Spirit feel humorous. Then the sign began to fail us. Not all at once, but enough to make doubt ride close. Could they have doubled back? In this much country, a trail can die without anybody turning.
Something not right here. Trail gone wrong, or country itself gone foolish.
It was seldom that anything baffled Nacio, until that day. Since I was boy, I have known this place like skin on my nose. There is no lake here, yet here is a lake.
I don't see any lake.
White man's eyes. Come here, observe. It's a trick of nature. Heat, light, reflection. The lake exists somewhere, but what we're seeing here is only its image. A phenomenon? Who makes this phenomenon?
God, if you like. Not evil spirits.
That is what Nacio says. Evil spirit making bad medicine. We go back.
No, Nacio. You made a bargain with Inspector Frazier.
Pony soldier has spoken.
Big bush to the right. See tips of eagle feathers?
I don't see anybody there. They see us. That enough. They want to know we are not long knives. Thanks to Great Spirit, you wear red.
Oh, Cree! Famous fighters of the North! I bring a pony soldier from the Great White Queen. He comes as friend.
I told you they were there. They had not killed us. That did not mean we were free. If this is your small raiding party, they travel strangely. I begin to think they are not small.
When we topped the ridge and I saw what lay below, my heart went down to rock bottom. We had ridden full tilt into a trap. I had not found the small party that took the captives. I had ridden straight into the heart of the whole crisis.
There is no lonelier feeling than riding into the center of a camp that has already decided it does not need you. Every eye in that valley seemed to ask the same question. Why had one redcoat come where an army would hesitate?
Standing Bear was not a man who needed to raise his voice to be obeyed.
Where Standing Bear carried the burden of a nation, Kona carried the temper of its young warriors.
I have heard of the pony soldiers. You are the first I have seen. Take this fat half-breed and leave our camp. Go! Before I leave, I must speak of wrongs done.
Against the wishes of the Great White Queen, your people left the reserve. You fought the Long Knives. And another wrong. You took 2 captives.
The pony soldier speaks with the tongue of the snake that rattles. You have brought shame upon your people.
There is no need for more talk. Go! Before I leave, I ask a council smoke.
There is no need for a council smoke. Go! Then I saw the lodge with the painted beaver, and I knew where my next words had to lead.
Constable!
Here is living proof that Standing Bear speaks with a forked tongue.
By what medicine did the pony soldier know of the captives and where they were hidden?
The pony soldiers of the Queen have powerful medicine.
Now, once again, I ask for a council smoke.
Stand! Stand aside. I will deal with him.
I will consider. I will consult my chiefs.
Take the slaves back. Let no harm come to them.
You may stay and await our answer. Speak to the captives if you wish, but do not go outside the camp circle.
Rabbits, antelope, men, they all do foolish things. But you, Constable Mac, do most foolishest.
I'm taking you before their chief. Don't say or do anything unless I tell you.
Talk with an Indian? The only talk an Indian understands is hot lead in his belly.
The Indian figures that's the only language the white man understands. And right now, there are 1,000 of them out there thinking just that way.
Do you think the chief will let us go?
If he agrees to a council smoke, there's a good chance.
Let me have that Enfield rifle of yours. As soon as it gets dark, we grab a couple of horses and light out.
You wouldn't get outside the camp. You two related? Married?
No. Jess worked for my father. We came up from Wyoming about a month ago.
We're all walking on pretty thin ice. Keep your mind off that Enfield.
That red-haired captive claims he's never been in Canada before, yet he knows all about us and our Enfield rifles. Maybe I see him. Maybe not. Mind crowded. There's another rifle in it for you if you do remember.
This helps memory much. Maybe soon. Now my mind's still crowded.
The waiting was the hard thing. We had no action, only time. And in that camp, time was never innocent.
Indians never have small ceremony. All ceremony must be big.
We don't raise the flag at night. In Cree camp, we fly flag day and night. I had bought us time with audacity. But time in a war camp is only another form of test. We sat in a hornet's nest, pretending it was shelter. You had chance to go with your own scalp and you stay. Why you try so hard to die?
Article 22. We've got a bear by the tail.
Macdonald had bought time with nerve and bluff. But time in a warrior camp never meant safety, only that danger had decided to wait.
After all the shouting and suspicion, it was a child who came first without fear.
His look was friendly. His eyes trusted before the camp had given him reason to. This one come close like camp dog who think maybe hand has meat in it.
Hello there. You're not afraid of a pony soldier? Gift requires gift of equal value.
This.
This is old custom.
Since the red coat has my eagle whistle and I have his white medal, we are brothers.
We are brothers.
Come eat in our lodge. Since we are brothers, there is food for you.
In a camp of warriors and councils, it was a child who first made peace look possible. What's your name?
Orphan boy. Since the Blackfeet killed my family, Some call me Orphan Boy. Some have given me another name. Comes Running.
When there is food in someone's lodge, they say, "There comes running."
A fellow ought to have a better name than hunger gives him.
If two men are brothers, can one belong to the other? Can one have place?
A man belongs where someone means him to stay. Pony soldier, you watch out. Little rattlesnake grow into big rattlesnake.
What the council had not granted, the child had already begun to build. A peace made personal.
Kona has given the white slave woman to his younger brother for a wife. In one cry across the camp, all the ground I had gained began to slide.
This not good. Kona sent arrow of war. If she become wife, your peace talk die right there.
Kona had made his answer public. He would not let the pony soldier carry the captives away by words alone.
If they keep the girl, nothing else I say in this camp means a thing.
If peace is strong, why do men shout against it?
Because peace takes something from warriors. It takes excuse to keep being warriors.
From that moment on, the girl's freedom was no longer one demand among others. It was the hinge the whole piece would turn on.
You will go, Redcoat, and take the fat half-breed with you. Go out of our camp and away from our hunting lands.
It was the lowest point of the patrol. I had spoken my best and lost. The warriors will not start after you until the sun is half through the afternoon. Go quickly. It looked as though the red-haired captive had been right. Talking had failed. Look! Look! Look there! Then the sky itself gave me the one ally I had not asked for.
It walks on the water. Is the sign good or bad?
I have seen pictures in the sky before, but never anything like this.
It is the Great Water to the east. The smoke canoe was built by my people. The Queen Mother has more of these monsters than the Cree have horses. We have others that eat fire and walk on wheels. They too will come to this land. This is the medicine of the Great White Queen.
It is a sign that the Council decided wrong. A warning that you must hear me.
The medicine of your queen is powerful. We will grant you a counsel.
Pony soldier medicine is strong.
When the sun is at the peak of its tepee, we speak in council.
This one say Sky work harder for you than Inspector Fraser ever do. The land had given me one last opening. I could not afford to waste a syllable of it.
At high sun, the council gathered, and every word now weighed more than a bullet. The heart of the Great White Queen is heavy with sorrow. Her Cree children have left their reserve.
When lodges are empty and children cry, what man who is a man will not hunt where he wills? My people are starving.
Then the law must not come empty-handed. If you march north, I will arrange wagons. Tea, flour, beans, beef, bacon.
First, the Cree must return to their reserve. Second, food will meet you on the road. Third, the two white captives must go unharmed and free.
I captured the prisoners in a raid. They belong to me. This is Cree law.
The Queen's law says that no one shall be the slave of another. There will be no marriage. The prisoners go free.
The council will decide.
Agreed.
Agreed. Agreed.
The council bent toward peace. Kona did not.
My word is strong as stone and true as water. My people will march tomorrow. The captives will not be harmed.
It is a treaty between us.
It is a treaty between us.
I didn't ask that yet. There were other things to talk about. More urgent.
This is a matter just between us. From now on, you're my son.
Peace did not begin with law alone. It began because a child believed. A chief restrained his anger.
The whole camp must know. If peace is strong, I must be your son where all can hear.
All right, then. From now on, you are my son, before any man here who cares to hear it.
Then someone must cry the camp. Everyone must know. A son must not be hidden.
The son of a pony soldier must have a feather. He must ride. He must have a name fit to be called.
Ah, smart, Constable Mac. You take little Cree for son, make peace harder to break. Good trick. No trick, Nacio. I mean it.
Then I am somebody.
Then you'll be somebody under my name, too. Duncan comes running. Son in the camp, treaty in the camp, pony soldier now half chief, half father. Ha! This buy much safety. Maybe it does help the treaty. But that isn't why I said it.
Once named, the boys seemed to move through the camp differently, as if belonging could be seen from a distance.
You mean foolish things, honestly. That make them more dangerous. You mean now? Right now, I am free to leave.
When you get there, load 25 Red River carts with pemmican, beef, tea, flour, potatoes. Then drive west and meet us between Maple Creek and Many Islands Lake.
More work. Always more work after peace talk. Standing Bear orders that you be given safe conduct. But this one is still one half Blackfoot. One half. Great danger, much work. Fine. Fine. Buffalo pony. Agreed. Goodbye, Constable Mac. Good luck. Nacio'll need luck, too. Peace had been spoken, but one man in the captive lodge still troubled me like a stone in the boot.
He is escaped prisoner from Winnipeg jail. His true name is Johnny Pierce. Bank robber.
It was a useful correction. White skin did not make a man lawful any more than paint made another savage. All right, Johnny Pierce. I know who you are now.
If the food failed to come, the treaty would be words alone again. And words never feed a hungry camp for long. In the morning, I will come for her. I will bring 5 ponies as a sign of my love.
Standing Bear and the council decided otherwise. He gave his word the captives would go unharmed and free.
At the rising sun, I will come for her. I have ponies. I have the right.
Did you hear him?
I heard him. This whole camp's rotten with it.
We made a peace with the chief. We give him the chance to live up to it.
Prairie lawyer. He'll talk us right into a grave if somebody else don't act first.
He came here alone for us. That isn't weakness.
You keep trusting speeches. I trust bullets.
The treaty existed now, in words, in honor, in promise, but not yet in every heart that had to carry it.
There are nights when a man knows he has won something real, and still cannot sleep beside it.
Kona sat apart, and a man who sits apart after council is often speaking to the future in his own language. For the moment, Standing Bear's words still held the camp together. For the moment.
The boys slept the way the truly safe sleep, without asking permission from the dark. In the captive lodge lay two very different dangers. One helpless, one only pretending to be.
Peace existed now on the tongue, in the chief's honor, in a child's trust. But men still lived inside it. Men could break it.
Dawn came gentle, but gentleness meant nothing in a camp where peace had enemies on both sides of the law.
Morning. Keep your heads. This day is hard enough without help from fools.
I'm sick of waiting on red speeches and Indian mercy.
I have come for her, as I said.
You will not take her. The chief gave his word.
I came with mine.
One bullet was enough. It nearly undid everything.
Shimogun!
The white dog has killed my brother.
There are moments when a whole camp begins to move like one wounded animal. This was one of them.
Kill him! Kill him! Kill the white man! Blood for blood! You have no right to punish him! Only the great Queen's law can judge this killing, and I swear it will! He is killed! Let him be killed! That was the edge of it! The point where law was one breath from being trampled under grief!
Wait! Standing Bear will speak.
The Pony Soldier promised one law for red man and white man alike. I have given my word to follow that law.
Here is my shield of office. If the Pony Soldier speaks with a forked tongue, I surrender it and step down. Then the Cree may kill him. Kill him now! Let Standing Bear remain!
I have sat in council and listened to many. The Pony Soldier speaks with a straight tongue. Standing Bear speaks in wisdom. Kona had lost the moment, not the hatred. That would matter later.
The chief had put more than peace on the line. He had put himself on my word.
This man is my prisoner.
Johnny Pierce, you stand prisoner before the Queen's law for the killing of Shimogun.
This prisoner is in your keeping. You will do as the Pony Soldier requests. I offer you my gratitude and thanks. When a man gives his word, duties go with it. It would not be proper to ask my people to march today. A chief's brother has been killed. In 3 days, we march. That's good enough for me. Well, there's no we.
Look after his wound and keep him under close guard. He stands trial alive.
The child saw what many grown men never do. That justice is not born from anger, but from mastering it. Peace had lived through the morning, but Kona carried enough hatred to challenge it again. The camp did what camps must do after blood. It turned from rage to mourning. And mourning, at least, can keep men still. He now carried more than a prisoner. He carried the proof that his law was worth the chief's trust.
3 days were granted, not to settle the truth, only to keep it alive long enough to reach the law.
They had not won anything yet, but they had kept the peace from dying in its cradle. Peace had nearly died from the hand of a white criminal, and lived only because a chief kept his honor, and a young constable kept his word.
For a little while, it seemed the hard part had passed. The pony soldier rode beside the chief, and the camp breathed easier.
I am very proud of my pony soldier father riding with a chief.
You should be. We've both come a long way, haven't we? Peace rides more quietly than war, but it still must be watched.
Even the girl began to believe the chief's word might carry her out of that valley alive.
The only flaw in the picture was the one man who was not in it.
That was the dangerous thing about peace. Sometimes it could look real just before it was tested hardest.
Help!
Kona had made his choice. If peace would not yield to him, he would tear it apart himself.
The girl must be brought back. Kona and his followers defy me now. I'm going after him! Ah!
I know! I must go too, pony soldier father!
No, you're too young in years. Go back to camp.
Aye! Bring the girl back! Bring Kona back if he will come alive!
3 horses had gone one way, another. In that country, one wrong choice could lose a life forever.
3 horses this way, 1 the other. The girl's with the heavier line. A son does not always obey. When fear tells him, obedience will leave him fatherless. I told you to go back!
I am afraid for you. I do not want to be an orphan again.
When a father speaks, a son obeys. But today, stay close and do exactly as I say.
I have my bow and arrows. Please let me help you.
Stay here. Keep your horse quiet and don't move unless I call. Do you understand?
Yes, Father.
Then I saw their smoke below the ridge, and I knew Kona had not stolen the girl to bargain. He had taken her to make a statement.
This was no flight! It was rebellion, given its own fire and circle. We burn the bad medicine, the red coat will go, and we will hunt and fight as free men again.
There are men you can reason with, and men whose rage has already become religion. Kona was past words.
Hold on, miss. Just hold on.
He had promised to stay. But courage in the young often looks first like disobedience.
Burn the bad medicine! That's enough! Stand clear!
He did not come to kill Kona. He came to stop the killing Kona had chosen.
Be straight. Be true.
It was not a child's arrow then. It was a warrior's help.
Get low! When I pull you, run where I point.
You bring bad law wherever you ride.
It ends here, Kona.
Don't let them take me! This way!
Run to me!
Kona had wanted a world ruled by force. At last, force answered him.
Men who ride behind hatred ride hard. Men who lose its leader do not always ride long. You have chosen to be a brave son.
And a brave warrior?
Yes, a brave warrior too.
Peace did not live because men spoke of it. It lived because, when the men who hated it struck, someone rode after them and stopped them.
For a little while, it seemed the hard part had passed. The pony soldier rode beside the chief, and the camp breathed easier.
I am very proud of my pony soldier father riding with a chief.
You should be. We've both come a long way, haven't we? Peace rides more quietly than war, but it still must be watched.
Even the girl began to believe the chief's word might carry her out of that valley alive.
The only flaw in the picture was the one man who was not in it.
Soldier father! Kona and the dog soldiers have taken the girl!
The girl must be brought back! Kona and his followers defy me now. I'm going after him. No, you're too young in years. Go back to camp. Hide! Bring the girl back! Bring Kona back if he will come alive!
3 horses had gone one way, another. In that country, one wrong choice could lose a life forever. 3 horses this way, 1 the other. The girls with the heavier line.
A son does not always obey. When fear tells him, obedience will leave him fatherless.
I told you to go back!
I am afraid for you. I do not want to be an orphan again.
When a father speaks, a son obeys. But today, stay close and do exactly as I say.
I have my bow and arrows. Please let me help you.
Stay here. Keep your horse quiet and don't move unless I call. Do you understand?
Yes, Father.
Then I saw their smoke below the ridge, and I knew Kona had not stolen the girl to bargain.
We burn the bad medicine! The red coat will go, and we will hunt and fight as free men again!
There are men you can reason with, and men whose rage has already become religion. Kona was past words.
Hold on, miss. Just hold on.
That's enough. Stand clear.
He did not come to kill Kona. He came to stop the killing Kona had chosen. Kill the redcoat!
Be straight. Be true.
It was not a child's arrow then. It was a warrior's help.
Get low! When I pull you, run where I point! You bring bad law wherever you ride!
Don't let them take me!
This way! Run to me! To me!
Kona had wanted a world ruled by force. At last, force answered him. Men who ride behind hatred ride hard. Men who lose its leader do not always ride long.
It's over. You're safe now.
You have chosen.
To be a brave son.
And a brave warrior?
Yes. Yes. A brave warrior, too.
Peace did not live because men spoke of it. It lived because, when the men who hated it struck, someone rode after them and stopped them.
When they rode back, they did not bring victory in the warrior's sense. They brought something harder won. Peace still alive.
You have brought her back alive. Then the treaty still breathes.
Once more the people gathered, not for mourning now, nor for war, but to hear what road remained.
O Cree of the Northern Plains, your chiefs have smoked in council with the pony soldier. Your chiefs have taken his hand in friendship.
We have agreed to follow the white man's road. Let us march.
Some heard surrender in those words. Some heard food and peace and a chance for their children to live.
Then the camp did the one thing that proves a decision was real. It began to move.
No one called him orphan boy now. Not in that hour. You stayed brave when brave was needed.
Because my father stayed.
You have chosen a brave son.
And a brave warrior?
Yes, a brave warrior.
The girl had been saved by a red coat, a chief's honor, and a child who refused to stand aside when peace was threatened. And so they marched, not as captives, not as victors, but as a people brought back from the edge of war. Promises alone do not keep peace on the plains. Bread must ride with the law.
The young constable who had once hidden behind regulations now rode at the head of consequences.
And so Constable Macdonald, almost single-handed, brought Standing Bear and his Cree safely back toward their reserve. It was the same devotion to duty on many a difficult patrol that shaped the living tradition of the mounted police.
Their work was not glory. It was law carried patiently through difficult country before violence could take root.
The girl rode not as spoil nor hostage, but as living proof that the treaty had held. From Fort Walsh had ridden a newcomer. Back toward it rode a mounted policeman who had earned his pay. He had learned that 75 cents a day did not buy adventure. It bought responsibility. Great traditions are not born in parades. They are born when one man, far from help, keeps faith with his oath.
Victory here was not in killing. It was in getting them home under the law before the whole land caught fire.
Through such patrols,
Wild West Film 4K.
The best Western movies in the Wild West.